Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop to look around once in a while, you could miss it.
All right, are we on the air? Are we live? I think we're live. Oh, what's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us again for another episode of RGT. We in here with the crew. Everybody else will join us momentarily. Shout out to everybody that's already here. I see y'all in the chat. What's going on? You know, I was going to be super cheery for today's show, but I actually just got like a crazy scare literally a few minutes ago before I hit start. So excuse me for the delay in starting the show, but we'll get to that in a second. We got one of my right hand man right here. We got Red Hood 420. You know, even though he's got terrible taste in anime, but he's
So this man was giddy as a schoolgirl with the last Demon Slayer episode. He's like, "Oh my god, this is so hot, man, so amazing!"
But it's good to see him. You know, he wasn't feeling so good earlier, but it's good to have him on the show. You know, it's a lot to go over, so appreciate you coming through, Red Hood, and I'm glad you're feeling a little better. This man's been puking. You know, he's gone through a bad breakup, so you know. A lot of puking, a lot of throwing up, a lot of anxiety, a lot of gas. Nah, shout out to him, man. I appreciate you. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You know, one thing I pride myself on, you know, and I have on this platform, you know, whether we've all been in good moods or bad moods, you know, I found out, you know, just really just through talking to multiple people, you know what I mean? Like, whether it be panel members or just people I've come to consider family outside this YouTube spectrum. You know, we all go through stuff. We all go through things, and you know, things happen for a reason, type of thing. But I need you guys to do me a huge favor. I need you to spread this around. I'm not asking for anything in particular. I'm only asking for prayers. I want you guys to put prayer emojis in the chat. Before I hit start on the stream, my mom told me she literally thought she was having a heart attack. And she got checked. She's good. But, you know, she was telling me, like, you know, they doc saying she needed to eat, blah, blah, blah. As soon as I heard that, bro, my mind just went blank. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all for the prayer emojis in the chat. Seriously. You know, you'll have, like, in life, we have plenty of friends. We only get one mom. You know what I'm saying? You only get one dad. My advice to everybody in the chat. Sorry. My advice to everybody in the chat, man. Cherish the time you got.
And I agree with that. I would say, because I had a similar type of scare, and I want to say this was back in like October of 2021.
Yeah.
I want to say 2021. And found out something really bad with my mom. Later found out it was diverticulitis. But your mind just goes through so much.
Yeah.
And that I was feeling that. And it was like crazy. But like that's when also realization came to me. Where it's like you gotta spend time, cherish who you got. Because you never know. And
yeah.
I'm glad she's better, man.
I mean, I don't know all the way yet, but you know, she's doing better.
Yeah.
So I need
exactly.
to, no, but we'll see. You know, it's a lot going on. There's a lot going on news related. You know, a lot that's happened this week. You know, we got the PlayStation showcase next week. We got, you know, just it's really like an onslaught of just concurrent stuff, you know what I mean? That's just adding together type of thing. So I don't know how we're going to tackle today's show, but we're going to go ahead and get into this. Let's go ahead and start with this first thing, man. The showcase, I guess we'll do that. Sony's doing a PlayStation showcase. Was it Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday. It's gonna be
Yeah,
they're doing a showcase this Wednesday. This Wednesday they claim this is gonna be I think it's gonna be a lot of third party. I think they said a lot of first party and third party. I think that's what they said.
first party, PSVR 2 and some indies.
All right. So we're gonna have a big showcase there. It's just, you know, we've been waiting for God knows how long for a showcase of this magnitude. A lot of people are up in the air on what exactly could be shown. You know, people are expecting, you know, Wolverine. I do think that that's a toss-up, 50-50. They can end the show with that, you know, like a quick little showing of it, you know, gameplay. Because, you know, that game is slated for 2024. So there's a good chance that you could see that. So it's going to be interesting to see if that shows up. I don't think Silent Hill is going to be at the show because we've already kind of gotten the announcement and seen a little bit of it. So I don't think they're going to show that here. That game's not ready yet. I do expect to see Spider-Man 2. That's going to be the big showing of this. Marketing for that starts in August. So that's going to be a big reveal at the show. We're going to have probably some sneak peeks of Stellar Blade or some more looks at Stellar Blade. A lot of people are saying there's going to be some big announcements. You know, a lot of people think it's going to be Bloodborne 2. I don't think Bloodborne 2, that's a wishful thinking type of announcement. But I don't expect that to be there at the show at all. I would like that to be there, but I don't know if it would be. It would be great to see it, though. And to add a little bit more to this as well, what I think we'll show at the showcase is so this rumor has been going on for 2 years. It's like the last time I reported on it, it was the rumor for Metal Gear Solid. Shout out to Hip Hop Gamer, he was the one that put me on that. But you know, it was pretty much the rumor was going around that, you know, we were going to get a remake of that, and Sony was actively looking for a way around to make that possible. And then we had Red Gaming Tech add a little bit more to the situation because he heard some stuff and he said it was going to be more than just 3. It was going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. But recently it's reported that we're going to get 3 to start it off. So I mean, if Sony really wanted to do it, I mean, I guess that'd be a big reveal, you know, like a huge reveal with 3. I know a lot of people are kind of iffy on remakes. I'm okay with remakes as long as the game if it makes sense, you know what I mean? If it's a 2-year-old game, I don't expect a remake from a 2-year-old game. I expect a remake for something that we haven't seen for like 10 plus years, you know what I mean? 15 plus or something like that. I'm okay with that. There's no problem with that. Metal Gear Solid 3 will be fantastic at the showcase. And yeah, Factions 2 is another thing that's been talked about. Would it be there? I don't know. What's your thoughts, Red Hood, on the show?
Yeah, there's a lot that they can say, but I feel like one thing to address, I don't think Sucker Punch is going to be there. I don't think that Ghost 2 is going to be there because I think if you watch Jeff Grubb's, I think latest live stream, it was yesterday. I was listening to some of it at work, and what it seems like is that they're not going to be there. So that's the one thing that like someone like Jeff mentioned. So don't expect a Sucker Punch there. That was like one of my predictions was
Ghost Tsushima.
Ghost 2
Yeah.
was going to be there, so I guess not. Metal Gear Solid 3 absolutely is going to be there. That's 100% going to be there. Andy Robinson's been saying that for quite some time, and I think another person was saying that as well, like years and years ago. But it does feel like Konami is definitely trying to get into the gaming industry.
Yeah.
Whether or not they'll be successful with the devs that they hire, which is not going to be their own devs, which will be, external devs, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully it's good because, dude, Metal Gear Solid 3, very popular. A lot of people's favorite games or favorite video game in MGS. Mine, it's a toss-up between 1, 2, and 3. But them going 3 definitely sounds like they're trying to do it chronologically. Mm-hmm. But I'm also saying in chronological order, the next one would be Metal Gear, and I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're just going to go Metal Gear Solid 1 after that. If the 3 remake's successful, right?
So you did like a
what?
like Capcom did with Resident Evil 2 remake, worked their way kind of from that number or backwards in a sense.
Well, yeah, whatever like the timeline is, right? Because of course Snake Eater would go next.
Yeah,
and I'm including mainline, right?
Yeah.
Because if we're gonna go chronologically, then it would be Peace Walker, right?
Yeah.
But they're not going to do that game, I don't think. So it would just go Metal Gear Solid 1 instead of Metal Gear 1 and 2. My biggest question when it comes to that is whether or not the gameplay is going to be vastly changed or is it going to be 1-to-1, like Shadow of the Colossus 1-to-1 or Demon Souls. So that's something to really think about. Or they go with the MGS5 gameplay because then they got to change the environment, camera angles, and everything. So it's going to be a huge undertaking. I could see Factions being there. I could see Twisted Metal. That game's being heavily rumored with Fire Sprite, right?
Yeah. That makes sense with the TV show. Makes sense.
Oh, yeah. And I don't know about Firewalk, but I could see Sony Santa Monica being there with Corey. Corey hasn't been, we don't know actively what he's been making because all he has worked on was God of War 2018.
Yeah.
So that new IP, who knows? Could be the sci-fi game, could be something completely different. But I could see Corey absolutely being there. Death Stranding 2, I'm 50-50 just because PlayStation could keep it to themselves and put it on their show or put it at the game. I keep saying Game Awards, Summer Game Fest.
I think that's something that's probably going to be they already signed with Jeff for Summer Games Fest because Keely,
that or they show 2 trailers.
Yeah,
2 different trailers.
But I think Keely and Kojima are just too close for him to launch it there. I think he's going to do Keely a favor and just you'll get the official gameplay at Summer Games Fest. But there is a possibility, obviously, you get another trailer for sure for it before you get the gameplay reveal. You have Jade Raymond's game that a lot of people forgot about, which Haven Studio, yeah. But I don't expect Deviation's games to be here. I don't expect.
I think that game.
It probably got not scrapped.
I think it's done.
I don't think it's scrapped. I think it started from the ground up again because they just recently laid off 90 staff, and the creative director, I think they said, left or something like that.
I don't think Sony wants to invest any more money. That's me. On my point of view, I just don't see that. Right? I feel like that's a money pit. Right? If it's not going anywhere, that project, what's the point of continuing to invest more money in the studio if that project's going to be scrapped and rebooted? I think it doesn't make sense. But other people may argue that. I just don't see it. Why would PlayStation want to invest more money into something that they don't think is going to be successful? Right? So that's what I personally feel. I think Deviation's just done and their partnership dissolved, right?
Yeah.
Maybe the Horizon Monster Hunter-esque game that might be shown with the Fortnite style graphics and all that.
That multiplayer, yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
the co-op.
It was like a spin-off.
Game.
Yeah, it's a spin-off thing where they were doing similar to Call of the Mountain with the VR. So, I mean, the only thing Horizon needs is a protagonist that is got personality. That's really what it needs. It's got the premise. It just needs a character with legit personality. A lot of people are still divided off of the DLC, the Burning Shores. A lot of people didn't like how a character was just quote unquote shooing in for a particular scene. You know, that's just how it is right now with Horizon.
Yeah, I think that's it. I doubt they'll do that remaster or remake, show that off. But who knows? They could definitely show that off. Yeah. I'm trying to think of another. I did mention the Factions game. A big thing to note is from all the things we're hearing about that Factions game, it's not going to be your typical Factions game. It's very much, it sounds like there's going to be a story interwoven with it. Yep. Co-op-esque missions, kind of like maybe hub world type of thing where you're going to also have infected. But I do think there'll be like a little like mode area where you go talk to somebody, you do matchmaking, and then you have your classic Factions mode that way. I think that's something that they could definitely do. But it's going to be a very different game than what I think people expect. Yeah. Kind of like Division-esque, but just better animations, better shooting, and with a interwoven story that they're going to try to tell within that game. And it could definitely be free-to-play, could be that way. Like you mentioned, Wolverine 50-50, who knows?
Yeah, Wolverine's always a toss-up. It always has been.
I mean, Spider-Man 2, absolutely a given. Yeah. They're going to show the gameplay off. I think it'll be like 6 minutes, maybe 8 minutes at max to show that game off. I'm trying to think of something else that could be shown. I don't know, like maybe you'll see, I mean, heavily speculated is Half-Life Alyx coming to PSVR 2. That would be a big get for PlayStation. They definitely, I would say, need it. Because that's a really probably like the best VR game out there currently, right? I don't feel like it could be disputed at all. I never played it though, but that's what like a lot of people say. I'm trying to think of something else that could be shown. Of course, they're gonna have surprises. Castlevania, I know that's been rumored more, right? It's a possibility. I mean, Andy said Metal Gear and Castlevania, but he didn't really specify if Castlevania is going to be there, though. But Castlevania does have
coming,
exclusivity.
Yeah, it's coming. It's going to be an announcement at some point.
I know someone mentioned Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I don't think it's going to be there at all. Like, it used to be developed by Team Aspire or whatever.
Aspire, yeah.
That went through development hell. And it had to basically get rebooted and sent off to Saber Interactive. So I absolutely do not think this game is coming out anytime soon. I say give it another when we heard about it, it was a year ago, right? So give it another 4 or 5 years, and then I could see that game coming out. But no, I don't think Knights of the Old Republic's going to be there, like, at all. It is fully being rebooted, not happening, like, at all. To be shown off. I think Mortal Kombat could be a possibility, and I mentioned to Big Cloud that, and this was me at work, because you mentioned some sort of exclusivity. Yeah, I think they could definitely do something similar to like a PlayStation character in the game. Could be Kratos, could be somebody else as well.
Aloy as a playable character in Mortal Kombat. I don't know. They'll do something like because. It makes sense the way Sony's been doing, especially with Evo. You know, they will have some kind of exclusivity with all the major fighting games. This is the year of fighting games, pretty much. Tekken 8 is probably coming out later this year. Because even though we haven't gotten a release date, I mean, you could see Tekken 8 at the showcase. So Tekken 8 could get its official release date here, maybe. Unless they're saving that for Tekken World Tour to announce it. But you could see that. So Tekken's going to be a big deal for them, as well as Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat, you know, coming out here and everything. Again, we saw the trailer for it. It looked great. The trailer looked really, really good. I like what I saw. A lot of people are saying, why is it Mortal Kombat 1? For what I remember, the timeline got reset because of Fire God Liu Kang. And that's what if I remember correctly, that's what happened. So they're starting all over from 1. They're giving you the characters back again, but it's going to be kind of like, it's kind of like what the comics did for Power Rangers with Shattered Grid. Like, it's a restart, but everything is not the same. You're going to see certain characters be reintroduced. Some are going to come back in different ways. Some are going to look different, have different abilities, altered because the timeline's been altered. It's going to be basically that. That's their way of redoing it without losing its, I guess, essence and its additional stuff they incorporated. They also said it's going to have a new fighting system. So that's going to be cool. I'm wondering, though, are they going to do... Well, I mean, I expect it to still be 2D, so I'm not expecting to be a 3D fighter. So it's still going to have the 2D elements. So I don't know how they're going to do. I don't know what they're going to do, what the story-wise. But it looks good. It looks really, really good. In terms of a character being in the game, if I was to throw one up there, I mean, you know, if Sony wanted to style on somebody, I'll put Spider-Man in Mortal Kombat.
Bro, in a rated M game, there's no fatalities gonna be in there, bro. No, don't even put Spider-Man. Put a rated M character Venom. Like...
Put Venom in there.
That's still... You're not gonna do that. You're gonna need Marvel approval. They're never gonna go for that. No, that's what I say. Like, I mean, Punisher possibly.
I mean,
but
they got DC.
But my thing is, it would be a PlayStation character, and the only 2 like rated M characters I can think of off the bat, like I said like it's Kratos and Jin Sakai. That's the only thing I could really see in terms of 2 like rated M characters that you could have.
Jin Sakai would be fire. That would be a fire addition to Mortal Kombat. Yeah, that'd be fire. I don't know, man. That's gonna be interesting to see what they do. Excited though. Nonetheless, excited. I guess, you know, I got to throw this out because, you know, Erica made a good point about this. So what game could we see announced for PC? I think since Sucker Punch is not there, the only thing related to Ghost of Tsushima would be the announcement of the PC
the port
port
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's not there.
That's something I could see.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could really think of, unless there's like he's saying Ghost 2 is not going to be there, so that's why I would assume that a Ghost PC port would suffice. Uncharted possibly, right? Uncharted 5, which we've seen that TV ad was it like earlier this year, or late last year, with like all the video, all the characters or games that are going to come out, and then we saw somebody with blonde hair and like a dark cave with the fire going. So Nathan Drake's daughter, what's it? Cassie. So
or Cassidy.
I could see that coming, right? I could see that potentially being shown. Yep. Maybe that's something that could absolutely happen because they've been hinting at that for a while. Okay. So I'm trying to think of any other studio that we've been missing. Like I said, Media Molecule, absolutely not. Sony Bend? I don't know. It might be too soon. If Sucker Punch aren't going to be there, I don't know, man. I don't really feel like Bend will also be there. Right?
Yeah. I don't think so. Neither Bend Studio's been, you know. I don't know. I don't think Bend Studio has much what they're going to do. I don't think.
And I know some people have been putting out the crazy, like, prediction GTA 6 going to be shown off. Of course, it wouldn't be console exclusive. I don't even think they're going to be there. They don't need to be there. And that's why I tell people, like, they would be doing PlayStation a benefit of being there.
To be honest,
right?
Though, it would make sense for them to be there. It would, because they're the top platform.
Well, they'll have marketing rights, right? But they also have marketing rights with Red Dead 2. That wasn't really shown off at all on PlayStation stage or anything, right?
These are facts.
So it's like you look at, remember when they confirmed GTA 6 on Twitter and all the traction that tweet got? They really don't need to be a showcase, right? It's like they really don't need it. They could drop a trailer and guess how many views it would get? It would break the internet.
Oh, it's going to destroy
They could drop it on Twitter, drop it on Instagram, drop it on YouTube. It would break numbers like crazy. So I don't see it happening because like I said, be a huge benefit for PlayStation themselves and not Rockstar.
Yeah.
But hey, if it does happen, more power to PlayStation. But I just don't see it.
Yeah, I agree. Shout out to Ice Cream Gaming, member for 26 months. Thank you, Don. My boy John the Don, a member for 15 months. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you. And the homie Hustle and Motivate, member for 15 months. Shout out to all three of you. Thank you. Being channel members. Appreciate it. So yeah, though, back to this. What else you think? I mean, do you expect any third-party deal, anything third-party related at the show, like major third-party related? Because, you know, GTA is the big thing people talking about, but what would be a second one, I guess?
I mean, besides we talked about Mortal Kombat, GTA. I'm trying to think what. I mean, also Konami, right? Like we mentioned those titles. Yeah. Square.
Capcom, maybe.
Square. I mentioned. There, like people are people like, dude. Final Fantasy 16 can't be there. It's like, dude, it will probably be there. I can see that happening because it's literally the last month of the push for marketing.
Yep.
And all eyes are going to be on the PlayStation Game Showcase. More like a lot of people mentioned state of plays. It's like, dude, state of plays are for the hardcore gamers. More casuals will be watching the PlayStation Showcase than ever before compared to a state of play. So I definitely would potentially see Final Fantasy 16 being shown 2 to 3 minutes, announcement of a demo, and that's that. People bring up FF7 Rebirth. Only way I could see FF7 Rebirth showing up is if Final Fantasy 16 will not be there, right? Because that would be conflicting.
PlayStation All-Stars 2. You know, I actually liked the first one, but the thing is, the problem with All-Stars, they didn't have the roster. Like, they had to legit go and borrow characters from different studios and whatnot. Like, they didn't have the rights to Crash. Crash wasn't in the first one. Spyro wasn't in the first one. They had to rely on Heihachi, and I think Kazuya was in that game. You know, Nathan Drake, dude from Killzone. Like, there wasn't really the roster. It would actually probably work now because they do have an expansive roster now. But the thing is, I don't think it would generate the buzz they're looking for. And that was more of an experiment. That was Sony experimenting, throwing stuff at a dartboard at the time. I don't think All-Stars 2 would ever happen again. If it did happen, I would be shocked, just as much as you guys would be. But I don't think we're going to see All-Stars. Shout out to Evans, Severin Evans, a member for 12 months. Says, do you think Bloodborne is getting a PS5 remaster? So I want a PS5 remaster of that because it deserves it. It's stuck at 30 FPS. A lot of people love it. It's a beloved game. It got a lot of us into Souls games like myself. It made me appreciate Souls games. I wanted to get that type of treatment. But I don't know. It's up in the air. You know, Sony formed a capital alliance with them, From Software. I don't know how that's going to progress into it at all. I'm not sure. If anything, you could see it, and at the same time, you could not see it. I would love to at least give it a PC release so you can get it out of the 30 FPS. I'm just saying. But, yeah, I would love to see it happen, but it's far from it at this point. Cult Classic Cage, the Jaw of Destruction. Shout out to Jaws, a.k.a. Cassie. Member for 8 months. Appreciate you. My brother Iman, Rich Swag Lord, became a channel member. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. But, yeah. You said a new Demon Souls?
No. I don't see a new Demon Souls ever happening. I don't think From Software is ever going back to Demon Souls. And
yeah.
I know, what was it, Miyazaki's favorite game that he developed was Bloodborne. He's always said that. So whether or not if they'll ever go back to it, that remains to be seen, right? I know the rumor going around is I think their next game after Armored Core is going to be called Spellbound, or it's titled Spellbound or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know whether or not that's going to be shown off or not. But I'm trying to think of something else that could be. Oh, what was Blue Point? Blue Point new IP.
Yeah,
Maybe.
definitely. It's about time. It's about time we saw the new IP because I don't think they're remaking anything or their task. They probably are, but we just don't know about it. But I think their new IP should be shown for sure. He said, "Have you seen the list?" I mean, there's always a list that comes out before these big shows, and they're usually 90% fake. Majority of them. Some are credible, but I don't.
I mean,
really
some
take
I did
lists.
see the leak list. Some are like it makes sense. Others not so much. Like when
Yeah.
we heard Jeff Grubb mention last night, Ghost 2 is not going to be there. There you go. One of that is not off the list, right?
Yeah.
And then you're also seeing. I'm trying to think. Like I know the leak list. Like someone mentioned, Firewalk making a Killzone game, right? Didn't we hear that Firewalk's working on a new IP
Yep.
and not an existing one? So that would also throw that out the window. I was doing more research on it, so I don't think that list. I think some games will be shown off on that list, right? Like Snake Eater, Factions, Spider-Man 2, Sony Santa Monica's new game, right? And then there's others I don't see, right?
Yep. Absolutely. Let me see here. Yeah, and there's always a crazy list though. I don't really take a whole bunch of these lists serious. I used to report on them like like it was the gospel back when we first started getting these shows. But you know, a lot of these lists are just so wishful thinking. It's a lot of people throwing stuff at a dartboard, hoping that they'll get something right, and they end up being hardly not right at all. Some might get some corrections, but I don't really believe the list. I'm just going to go into this show, like, even though I'm hyped, I'm going in the show with tempered expectations in terms of big reveals.
I know someone mentioned how do you know it will be called Ghost 2? I'm not saying it's going to be called Ghost. I'm just labeling it as Ghost 2.
Yeah,
I got no clue.
Yeah. It could say Tsushima, the Ghost Returns or something. We don't know.
Or Ghost of a different island, like different place. It's easier for me to call it Ghost 2.
Pretty much. Like, I don't know. And the thing is, too, I don't know what they're going to do because, like, you know, I think it depends on your decision. But I don't think they really said anything about, like, showing the stat. What's up, Thanos? But I don't think they showed the stats of, like, who picked what. You know what I mean? When it came to the uncle at the end of Ghost 1.
Oh, yeah. I think they're going to, like, if they, like, are working on the second one, like, we're thinking, I think they might not even, like, have him there. But, like, you know, like, how they kind of dress it up in, like, Infamous 1 and 2, and then the ending doesn't really make a difference, right?
Yeah.
It's just you start off as evil or good.
Yeah.
That was really it. And that's about it. Maybe there's some references here and there. And they might do the same thing as this. There's some references here and there, but I don't think it'll play a huge part. Right?
Yeah. Unless they ask you, like they pull like a Walking Dead, they ask you what was your decision before you start the game. And then like they give you like a separate, you know what I mean? Like it's like a separate journey that you're getting based off of that decision, like yes or no. So I don't know. That's gonna be interesting though for Ghost. But that game's gonna be fire. I expect to see much more gore this time around. They already inspired well, we already knew this was gonna happen. They inspired Ubisoft to chase the Japanese or Chinese setting. So they're gonna make theirs what's called Mirage. Is that what's called? Or is that the name?
For what?
For Assassin's Creed, isn't that their new one? Mirage or whatever.
I don't know the country, but yeah, it's called Mirage.
Yeah, so that's gonna be funny to see how they chase it or how they mass theirs up into the sense. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. 1 second here. Let me go back to the chat.
It says, do y'all think we're still
Sup,
getting
Colt?
Stellar Blade this year? I don't know.
I think so.
Possibility. Like I mentioned, I think you'll see Stellar Blade also. Like that, I think will be there too.
Yeah, you'll get Stellar Blade. There's no reason why we shouldn't get it. I mean, they have no reason to hold off on it.
Yep.
I mean, it was all set for it, but yeah, I don't know. Everybody's hyped for everybody's
Oh, I forgot to mention Capcom. Might be there. Big baby. Potentially. Because of course, we know they have different teams and also different Resident Evil teams.
Yeah.
Maybe Resident Evil 9. Maybe.
So we got some breaking news. For those that did not hear, wow, that's crazy because I talked to him not too long ago. But Raf Grassetti, who is the studio art director at Sony Santa Monica, he's leaving PlayStation. He worked on he's worked on Ragnarok. So
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's gone.
Because he's really good. I think this works.
He's great.
Did they say he was working on the new IP or no? It was just Ragnarok.
No. He said he's gone. Says it's my last day at Sony. Period.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if he can't say that he worked on the art of the new game or not. That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah. So. Damn.
Pragmata? I don't know, man. That's Capcom. I got no clue. Pragmata could show up. Who knows, though? Rise of the Ronin, that's another one that people are mentioning. I could see that being shown because that game's supposed to come out next year, right? So I could see a potential gameplay or demo. This Legend of Dragoons 2. Now we're going super wish list. This is definitely not happening type of wish list. I respect it, though.
Yep. Hold on.
I don't think Housemarque is going to... I don't think they're ready. I say Blue Point, potentially. I don't know about Housemarque. What do you think about Housemarque?
Housemarque. I mean, they already got the release for... What was it for Returnal for PC?
Yeah, the DLC. Well, that and the DLC expansion thing, right?
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think Returnal. I don't know. I'm not sure if Returnal did the numbers they want to greenlight a sequel. You think? I don't know.
No, I think they're gonna go new IP.
Yeah,
but I don't think they're gonna be there. I think it's too soon.
Yeah, no, it's
really
too soon.
So.
It's definitely. If it is a new IP, they're in the drawing phase of everything. They're drawing the characters, the world, they're sketching of what things are gonna look like, et cetera, going through the sound design. If you guys remember, we interviewed Rudy from Housemarque, and shout out to Housemarque. We found out how elaborate their sound team is to go into things. So it's gonna take a little time. But it's going to be worth it because the sound in Returnal was top tier. So I don't know, what they're going to do. How long it's going to take. But it's going to be cool to see when we eventually get there. So, yeah, there's that for the predictions. I mean, I'm excited for it. I know you're hyped for it, for one game because you only play one game. I play a plethora of games. Yeah.
Did you say plethora of games? I'm kind of shocked that you use that word. I gotta give you class for that, bro.
I mean,
but you definitely don't play a lot of games.
I mean,
if we're being quite honest with ourselves, you already aren't honoring your bet of finishing FF7 remake. That's number one.
It will be done.
It will be done until I'm freaking 50 years old, and you're gonna be 80 by that time, bro.
Are you implying that I'm gonna wait till I have Alzheimer's to
yeah, and then you're gonna be like, whoa. Now you'll be like, what's an FF7 remake? And now you could have plausible cause of just being like, yeah, I don't remember now.
He's implying that I'm gonna wait till I have Alzheimer's and I can't walk before I play.
Yes, that's exactly true. Everyone would feel that. People would be like, dude, that's totally what he would do. Absolutely. You got no games playing right now this month?
You
got Yu-Gi-Oh? Come on, man.
Well, Yu-Gi-Oh's life, but
oh my gosh!
I platinumed. To be fair, I platinumed Jedi Survivor.
All right, done.
Yesterday,
it's done.
Yesterday, I was playing Starship Troopers. Shout out to Lobo.
Oh my!
For those that don't know what that is, that's the
I saw a little bit of it, by the way.
I streamed it. Yeah, streamed it yesterday. Got to play it. It's a cool concept. I like what they did. It's not, ironically what it feels like. So, You know, like in the movie, they look like soldiers. In the game, they look like Halo characters, like the army. Now they look like Halo characters. So you're shooting the bugs or whatnot. It looks cool. I like what they did, but I was like, not all. It's still in beta form. It's not done. So we still got some
it's
hiccups.
not done. Okay, so you can put it to the side and finish FF7 remake for this month.
We got
right?
that. You know, we got that. We got.
You're not even gonna play any other game next month.
What are you talking about? I got other games. I got a lot of games.
Like what?
I got a lot of games. And I got.
Like no. Name me the games, bro. I gotta hold you accountable this time. What games are you gonna be playing this month and
Life
next
Strange,
month?
True Colors, Resident Evil 4 remake. Got a platinum that.
Bro,
I like how I broke this man when I said that.
What? You said Life is Strange 2. Bro, what? Over FF7 remake?
I like how I'm doing
What
this.
is wrong with you?
Nah, we'll stream it. We'll stream it.
We'll stream it when?
All right. Okay. Since we mastered the 4K, we got a great router. We got everything set up. Everything's good. Quality is top tier as it should be. We'll stream it after the stream.
Oh wow, I'm shocked.
How's that? Live on Twitch.
Okay, so you heard it here, guys.
Live on Twitch right after this.
He's going to stream it right afterwards.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you something.
If he doesn't, you know what? I'm gonna say this. If he doesn't, everybody in the chat, what you guys should do is the next content he puts out, give it a bunch of dislikes. Give it a bunch of dislikes. Then he's gonna be like, "Oh shoot, I don't honor my word. That's crazy. People are actually holding me accountable." You know what? I gotta stop doing this. I got to actually be a better person and do this. So give him a bunch of dislikes on his next video if he doesn't do the stream.
Oh God, this guy. But yeah, I'll stream it on Twitch to get it out the way. I don't think the only thing about Twitch, it's if I remember correctly, doesn't Twitch have the? It doesn't go to 4K on Twitch, does it?
It has like same thing as like bit rates and stuff like that.
So it's like what?
Less, like less latency,
40?
way less latency. No, I don't think so.
It doesn't go for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. That's Big Cloud's thing.
All right, so there you guys go. We're streaming that afterwards. All
Dude,
right,
he asked you how far did you make it. Bro, he barely made. Dude, he was having streaming trouble. I remember that too.
Yeah, I was having
his
trouble.
His frame rate was going crazy. I was like, dude, this man's PC talks so much like craziness about his PC being.
You know what
OP.
it was though? You know what it was? It was on. What? I had it on. Remember, we did that. I forgot to turn it off because I fell asleep on Discord. And literally, it was up all night. Like, my PC was on that all day. Like, that whole 24 hours. It was literally up. I didn't get a chance to put on rest. And then, so that PC was, my PC was drowning. But then again, I also had to change my cooler. Forgot about that, too. So, yeah, that fixed the problem. But still, that wasn't fun. Let me tell you right now, it wasn't fun. Like, I'm over here trying to play the game. I'm enjoying some aspects, and then my stream's going to hell. So I was like, oh Lord. So there's that. Let's definitely go into what's been going on here too, though. So I wanna go right into what pretty much Jim Ryan said. So he basically said they're prioritizing exclusivity. You know, their exclusives instead of their PC releases. But he also flat out said that there's going to be more PS5 exclusives. He's aiming for more as it is. So since he's aiming for more PS5 exclusives, how you feel about that statement? I mean, it's pretty much, they've already pretty much dominated the scene for the most part, and they're focused on mindshare. That's been their big focus. So now they got that out the way, and they're pretty much dominating. I mean, what's your takes on this? Do you think this is the right move, or are you, you gonna be vocal on Twitter as per usual? I want my games on PC.
What? Listen, everyone knows in the chat I game on PC. I don't think don't think it's a secret. I hope it's not a secret.
It's definitely a secret.
Yeah. Like I also have a PS5. Like, would I choose PC or PS5? Of course, PC. But like, am I gonna go crazy if there's not PC announcement or something like that? No, I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm not gonna go like crying. But would I love it to be on PC? Absolutely. But like I said, I'd rather have some good game announcements, good games and whatnot. But dude, if they give me a Ghost 2 on not Ghost 2, Ghost on PC, Ghost of Tsushima on PC, absolutely buy it. Absolutely. Someone mentioned I play on the Switch. Shout out to Gian. No, dude, that Switch is on the floor right now, bro. It's upside down. Shout out to the Switch. That thing is collecting dust like it's nothing.
Yeah, it's 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 gonna be interesting.
But no, they like. I do think there's a little bit of conflicting messaging because Jim Ryan having that interview and Herman Hulse also having a previous interview, and him saying at minimum it's gonna be what the game's coming to PC, right? A minimum of a year, unless it's a multiplayer game. It's very different. But when it comes down to like what Jim is saying, it's what 2 to 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know what. Like there, I do feel like it's a bit of a mixed messaging.
Yeah, he also said that. So again, we already saw this because they kind of already briefly touched upon it. But The Last of Us TV show, it boosted sales, for their game. But he also said that he wants 1 billion active users, and they're focused on live service games, and they will expand exclusive first party and third party games pipeline for PS5, etc. That's what he said. So just to add even more to it, yeah, we already know Twisted Metal. I don't think that's gonna. Personally, I don't think that's gonna. I don't know how that's gonna do. I don't think Samoa Joe as Sweet Tooth is gonna do anything for a Twisted Metal, a TV show.
Talk about the show.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna do anything. Like Gran Turismo, I don't know if you saw the
Bro,
trailer.
I'm gonna be honest. Like
Turismo.
them saying, "Oh, dude, Peacock." Like, I'm sorry, but it gives me a bad connotation. Anything that gets announced for Peacock, I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna be garbage."
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I don't like. No one says in terms of quality, Peacock's up there. It's just not.
that's true.
But when you mentioned the Gran Turismo movie, dude, the director who did District, what was it? Was it District?
District 9.
Dude, yeah, District 9. Great director. So I expect the movie to be solid.
I mean,
I definitely think it definitely will be better than Fast X. I can tell you that for a fact.
Do you want me? Okay, you didn't see? You didn't hear, did you?
Bro, I don't care, bro, about those Fast movies at all.
Do you want me to tell you what the big reveal is?
Listen, I already know. I think it got leaked, and they announced a part 3 as a reason.
There's 2 leaks in here.
Listen, don't mention it here because there are going to be people that get mad about a spoiler leak for Fast X, bro. We are not doing that.
If y'all care about,
no, don't even do that, bro. Don't even do that because someone's gonna.
No, that's serious. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys want me to tell you what the big reveal is that Vin Diesel thinks is so clever for Fast and the Furious for these next 2 movies. Go ahead, put it in the chat if you want to hear what the big reveal is. You want to see what the big reveal is. I'll tell you flat out what the big reveal is. You're not even gonna be blown away. You're gonna have more questions than answers, and then you're gonna question, because basically what they just did was just laugh at your intelligence as a human being after what I just seen for Fast X. Okay, I see a couple of 1s. I'm dead serious. I'll tell you guys in the chat. If you guys want me to tell you, I will tell you.
Yeah, more interaction, guys.
Go ahead. Let's see it. I'll let you know what the big reveal is.
Is no one really truly caring about the plot of Fast X? This is crazy. It's slanderous, man.
Oh, no.
God, Dom a clone. I would laugh my ass off if that were true. It's like Dom
this
has a freaking clone. I'd be like, bro, I'm dead, dude. What are we doing?
This my brother, Rom. A.K.A. Dom. Rom and Dom.
There's going to be dinosaurs.
All right. So, all right. Okay. All right. So, here's a spoiler. If y'all care, it's a spoiler. If y'all care, I don't know. Let me know if y'all care. Let me know if y'all want me not to say this. Put it in the chat if you don't want me to say it. I'll not say it. Okay. He said I'm different. You didn't see Fast 9. Okay. Oof, boy. Spoil you? Okay. So, how do I explain this? So do y'all remember Gal Gadot? Remember how she died in the last, what was it, Fast 6 or 7? I think it was Fast 6, right? Yeah, she didn't die. She's back. That's one. That's one reveal. The Rock, who said he would never come back to the films, he's back.
Okay. I know the last part. Say the first part again because I zoned out because it's Fast and Furious. Say it one more time.
Remember Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman? You
Bro.
know, she's back. She's back. She didn't die. Yeah, she fell.
Bro, what are we doing, man?
She fell 10 stories, right, from the plane and didn't die. So she's done. What else did they do here?
This is so freaking silly, bro. Like the Rock thing, I knew about that, and that's why I think they're doing a part 3 because he's in it now, so they can milk it for 2 more films.
They are. They're talking about. They already announced Hobbs and I think it's Hobbs and Shaw 2.
I heard the projected estimate for this movie is on par with Hobbs and Shaw, which is not that good, supposedly.
It's not. People are burnt out. Yeah.
Like, why are they doing 3 parts? It's like, to me, when it comes to this franchise, it has no reason to even have 2 parts.
Well, I mean, I get it if they were trying to do like a 2-parter. They were trying to do like a
Bro,
I don't.
No.
If you got the right story and you got a cast,
Fast and Furious never got the right story.
That's the thing.
In current Fast and Furious, they never got the right story.
No, but at this rate, they have this crazy cast. You would think, okay, 2-part would make sense, but now they're talking about a 3-part. So it would be funny as hell if you just start seeing characters get resurrected. Like, y'all remember the little geeky kid from Fast and the Furious 1, the one that got shot by the Tran brothers? I think that's what they call it, the Tran. Yeah, Johnny Tran and his brother. Remember about that scene where they shot the kid because he ran away, he lost the race or whatever. It'd be crazy if he came back and he was a villain at this point, like, hi Dom, I'm back from the dead. Like, that's literally the stupidity that they did for this movie.
That's crazy to me.
So yeah, Jason Momoa is basically the Joker.
I heard he basically acts like himself though in this film.
A little bit,
silly and
but
stuff.
he acts silly like the Joker, like over.
Yeah, no, like have you seen like how he'll go like try to like crack jokes and like interviews and stuff like that. That's what I heard is like that's how he acts supposedly in this movie.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. This whole thing.
I'm all right. I'm not even indifferent about it. And keep in mind, they still got the thing with Paul Walker they're going to do. Because, they said this is going to be a tribute to Paul Walker. Even though 7 was the tribute to Paul Walker. So that has no reason to be a thing for Paul Walker. It should have just been over at that. But they didn't care. They care about money. So I expect to see Paul Walker's brothers come back and play him again. I don't know how they're going to do it with CJ. They're probably going to use AI-generated stuff again like they did last time. Track his face. And all that stuff to get the character to look, or get his brothers to look like him. So there's that. But yeah, I tell you what, it it has probably a higher chance of. Actually, no. Let me stop. That's not even fair because I don't even think Blade's.
So I don't know if this is breaking news, but is this true? AEW Fight Forever is now scheduled to be released on June 27th.
This year? Oh.
Bro, that's not a good date. I'm going to be honest, bro. Have they even really been marketing this game like crazy?
They haven't, mostly because they've been advertising Collision. Remember? Their new paper.
Bro,
their new thing.
That's going to be like less than it's going to be a little bit more than a month.
Yeah.
That's not good, I think.
Yeah, so...
That's not good. I don't expect this game to sell that much.
Have I watched the new White Man Can't Jump movie? No. I'm tell you why, and I refuse to watch that because nobody's holding the candle to the chemistry of Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes. That's why I'm okay. Some movies I don't want to see remakes or sequels to. That's one of them. Like you want an example of this? Look at the new House Party film. Woo! That was bad. So yeah. Let's see here. Let me go back. I'm sorry, because I got sidetracked a little bit here. So already got that. We got everything going here. Jim Ryan out here again, killing it. We talked about that. We talked about the showcase. Let's talk about Tears of the Kingdom. I know you've been playing the hell out of it. So is it worth the hype? Did it live up to the hype?
All right. So, gotta disclose, I am not a huge fan of Breath of the Wild. Right? I can tell you guys, I got the Master Sword edition of the game. Right? Boom. The Master Sword edition of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Of Breath of the Wild, because the Switch reveal or whatever, when they showed that trailer, I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be amazing. And then I played it and I was disappointed with the combat and the boss fights and the story and the side quests, but the world was dope. This one, the shrines are better, I will say. The story so far is interesting for Breath of the Wild. From comparing it to Breath of the Wild to Tears of the Kingdom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Combat, very much the same. You're fusing things now to your weapons, which will, create more damage if you have a item that has like level 12 attack or 15 with these items that you could get from optional bosses and all that. It's dope, but the combat very much is still very similar to Breath of the Wild. The bosses, I've only fought in 5 optional bosses within the world. Not story main bosses, but the optional bosses. And the bosses are not difficult, which is the hugest gripe I had with, Breath of the Wild. Trying to think more about it. Like I said, it's good, cool puzzle solving and using things and creating like devices that you can go through the water, create a boat, or create a rocket that can have a paraglider thing that can just go around. And I was a little disappointed, though, for the sky portion, because it made it seem like it's huge.
Yeah.
But it really isn't. And most of that huge area is really the tutorial side of things. I'm not really knee-deep into the story, but I've been doing a lot of the shrine, side content.
Yeah.
Because I have my health at 7 now, and then I have my stamina at 3. 3 stamina containers, right?
Mm.
So I want to say I've done like 20-something shrines overall. But that's really it for me in terms of how I feel about the game. I think it's a good game.
Yeah.
Do I think it's worth $70? Personally, no.
You had a question,
but I do think it's a
from,
better game than Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, a question from Thanos about that. Did you want to answer that?
This is left field, but do we get 2 free games if we purchase the $100 Nintendo game vouchers? I want to get Tears of the Kingdom with the vouchers, but I'm dumb as shit. I did not hear about this, but I heard, or maybe I did, if you're talking about the GameStop thing. Because I know, like, in GameStop, they're doing a promotion. If you sell 2 games, you can get, like, it's a list, and you can get it, right? And, for the game. So I don't know about the $100 voucher thing.
Okay. Gotcha.
Done 8 shrines. I'm liking it better than Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I'm enjoying it a bit more than Breath of the Wild.
Mo Chocolate. Good to see you. Okay. How you like the glue mechanic? I've seen some people lose their minds off it.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, you could like create whatever. Create a boat. Create. Like I've been seeing crazy things like creating like friggin' like a robot and controlling it.
Uh-huh.
But like I said, I think for me, they improved that. Like I said, the shrines and the story looks like it's going to be more interesting, way more interesting. But to be fair, Breath of the Wild story was very bare bones. So it's kind of hard to. Not hard to top that.
So
story.
this isn't your game of the year.
Is it?
Yeah. I already know you. I already know
I
what your
think
game
it
of the
should be a nominee.
Okay.
But is it my personal game of the year?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to beat it. I'm gonna have to beat it, and hopefully it changes my mind. But so far, currently, no.
Wow, it feels more like it's more like a chore you're playing. It feels like.
No, I'm enjoying myself, but it's not like something that I'm like crazy as much as other people are.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like you have to be in a different camp to kind of enjoy what it's offering. I think the exploration is its biggest plus for the game. It's explorations. I still think the side missions have been kind of improved compared to Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild felt more like super fetch quest. This one still kind of does, but a little bit better.
Okay.
But like I said, the boss fights for me and the combat hasn't really isn't amazing, and that's kind of the thing that I kind of wish they improved heavily on with Tears of the Kingdom was creating like really good dope combat. But that's just me though. Other people will probably disagree and like the combat in this game, but I think it's kind of the weak side of things.
All right, for sure. Let's get into another thing here. I thought this was an interesting. Well, it wasn't okay. I already know how the internet was, and I know how the internet's quick to jump down your throat type of thing. But he actually ended up trending because of this. But basically, Destiny Gary gave. Did you see it on Twitter? He gave his take on the fact that Starfield, like the importance of Starfield and how it needs to hit. And basically, he got attacked left field over it because of his opinion of it. Basically, he was saying, like, you know, it's silly to think that the game, you know, shouldn't hit. You know, it's it says denying Starfield's importance is just silly. Forza Horizon 5 is the last great AAA game to launch 18 months ago. Halo Infinite had tons of problems. Fable is nowhere to be seen. Perfect Dark is lost its team. Hellblade 2 doesn't have mass appeal. We still don't really know what avowed gameplay is. So he's been vocal. And on some real, he's not lying. He's not kidding. Like, he's not lying what he's saying. A lot of people, you know, don't like it, but it is the truth. He's not lying what he's saying. How do you feel about it?
And this was pertaining to the the Activision? What was it pertaining to? Because Thanos just messaged me about the Nintendo Switch game voucher thing.
Oh, it was Destiny Gear and the importance of Starfield, like how it needs to hit.
Oh, no. So, yeah, absolutely. The thing is, it puts pressure on, like, them. Like, Xbox created that.
Yeah.
So I don't think people need to get mad at him for pointing out the obvious. It's like Xbox did it to themselves, right?
Yep.
So I don't understand why people are getting mad about that.
Yeah, like it was weird. Like I saw like a lot of people had to come to, you know, his aid to talk about. Like I saw Ryan McCaffrey had to make some comments towards it. It's like, bro, he's not lying on what he's saying. There is a problem that needs to be addressed. And, you know, if you guys want the results, you gotta be honest. So, I don't know, man. It is what it is at this point. You know what happens, but we'll see. We shall see. Trying to see what else happened this week. Was there anything else that happened this week? Metal Gear. We got Mortal Kombat. We got our predictions.
Oh, dude, Nev made a comment, throw a million particle effects in it, and Hood would call it the best game ever made.
And these
the thing
facts,
is,
Nev, these
the thing is, when it comes to that, Nev likes Pokemon. Enough said. I had to say it, Nev. I'm sorry, bro. This is just me coming for you. A light jab, bro. Shout out to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet for making one of the most amazing glitches I've ever seen in my whole entire life. And putting me to sleep with that Pokemon live stream. I will never forgive you for that. You made me fall asleep First time ever on a live stream. I appreciate that. But yeah, you like simple combat, which makes sense, you know. Oh,
Yeah.
dodge, flurry attacks, parry, boom, 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 boom. Come on, man. you come at Souls fans, and I'm not even a Souls guy. Big Cloud's a Souls guy, and you come at Souls fans for liking like Elden Ring and stuff like that, and same thing applies to Zelda.
I mean, Nev sucks at video games. We already know this. Why are we doing this?
But this is coming out of love, bro. You know me.
Nah, it's coming out of hatred. Nev sucks at video games.
I'll message you an apology as friends, as my bro. But definitely got to come at you for that.
Nev sucks at video games. You suck. Nah, I'm playing. I'm playing, Nev. I'm playing.
That's a Nev, man.
Nev's heart over here falling out. It's just, Big Cloud, how could you? You know I'm playing.
We need to have Nev on a episode.
Nev's too scared, man. He's too camera shy.
No, dude, Nev is honestly like people don't realize this about Nev is actually good at podcasting.
Nev's
and I always want him to do a podcast with meds on fighting, like the fight stats and like in terms of like looking at the card. They did it once, and I think they should continue doing that. That thing was dope. It needs to happen, Nev.
Nah.
If I get on camera, the video would get demonetized. Dude, that's the first. I think someone has seen Nev before. I think it was Meds.
Yeah.
But no one else has seen it.
Yeah.
Seen Nev. So, dude, Nev gets on with the camera, bro. I'll be stunned. I'll be like, bro, what the hell is happening?
God.
What happened, Nev, bro? Dude, if that happens, bro, dude, I'd go crazy on the podcast episode.
There you go. But yeah, nah, I'll be streaming the event, PlayStation events. Looking forward to it. Sorry, I'm not like super cheery. I guess came in later. Just watched the beginning. You'll see why. But appreciate Red Hood for pulling up. Appreciate everybody who pulled up for this. And I hope everybody enjoys your weekend. Got a bet I gotta honor, so
You gotta finish the game.
I gotta beat one more. I gotta do one more stream, then I'm done. So
No, that's not how it goes. The whole game.
I do one more.
The
stream.
whole game. Dude, that's what I'm saying, bro. If you don't honor this, people are going to come at you. They're going to dislike your content. And I'm going to say it on every video. Dislike this man's video, bro. This is crazy. He's not honoring his bet. This man literally made this bet. And, and that next day, I was late for work.
So, yeah, we'll be live on Twitch. Play this. Cause I don't know if it matters. I mean, I could do YouTube, but I don't know. We'll be better for it. Is it Twitch or YouTube?
Hmm?
For the Final Fantasy thing, is it better for Twitch or just YouTube?
It's up to you, bro. Whatever one works for you best. Yeah, Butch just telling me to link it. Guys, if he's doing it on Twitch, bro, check him out. Everyone go to the Twitch page. Go to the Twitch page. Hit the follow button. Hit it. Hit it. It's an easy link. Just click the link. Easy click. Just do it.
Yep. There you go. I'll see you guys in a few for that stream. I'm going to get some food. And then I'll set up and we'll stream it. Sorry, I probably got to start all over.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you don't know what the hell is going on.
I got to start over because now I'm going to have to do – because, because Red is one of those types of dudes. Like, if I play the game and I just don't pay attention, he'd be like, Bitcoin, you missed the important plot detail. Why don't you start it all over? So I got to avoid that conversation.
Dude, it's been like, what was the last stream you had? Like, bro, it was 8 months ago, bro. You ain't going to remember shit. You're going to remember nothing, bro. 8 months. Just realize that that's a long ass time.
I just remember you geeking out over that weird soundtrack. That's what I remember.
Dude. Imagine hating on a Final Fantasy soundtrack.
I didn't hate
a Final Fantasy soundtrack.
No, I'm talking about
if the game could be garbage, and it could be, but the soundtrack is always like the best thing about it.
God.
Dude, also clown on him if he like dies to any of the bosses. Just give him some clown emoji. This man says he's the king of Souls games, and if he dies,
I said I was king of Souls game. I said I said I love Souls games.
Nah, before you were like, I'm one of the best Souls players of all time.
I'm one of the best, sure. I'm not saying I am the best. I'm one of the best.
Yeah, Blaze is better than you, right?
Blaze ain't nothing.
Ah, here we go.
I already know what Blaze is going to say. Big Cloud, did you beat Dark Souls 1, 2, or 3? I'm like, no. Okay, good talk. That's literally how I was going to go. He's going to say it every time. But, yeah, no. I'll see you guys in a little bit. We'll get that stream popping. I'm probably going to set up the green screen, and we'll be good to go. Appreciate y'all. Hope y'all enjoy. And I'll holler at y'all. Peace. You guys check out Red Hood. And everybody
Check me out.
Peace.